Senator, how did Elliston's story, the horrific story that she went through and just explained, how did it make its way to your desk, so to speak?
Well, what happened to Elliston was horrific. It was wrong. No teenager, no person should endure that. No person should be victimized that way. Elliston is a Texan. She's a constituent. She's from Aledo, Texas, in North Texas. And Elliston and her mom actually raised a complaint with my office and asked for help from their senator. And that complaint made its way to my desk. And I thought it was horrific what happened. And so we sat down with her, we sat down with her mom, and we drafted legislation to try to prevent this. And the legislation, the Take It Down Act, it's bipartisan legislation. I joined with Democrat Amy Klobuchar. And it does two things. Number one, it makes it a crime. It makes it a felony to do what this boy did to Elliston, to take an image of a person and to use AI to create a deep fake to circulate non-consensual intimate images. I got to tell you, this problem is growing exponentially. It increased 3,000% last year. 95% of the victims, 95% of the deep fakes that you have online right now are non-consensual intimate imagery, typically targeting teenage girls or women. And it is wrong, and we need Congress to act. And I'll tell you, we passed this bill out of the Senate, unanimously brought together every Democrat and every Republican. It's now in the House. Yeah. And I would encourage the House, take it up and pass it in December. If they put it on the floor for a vote, it will pass. Put it on the president's desk. Let's protect kids. Let's protect women all across the country.
Absolutely. We've got part of the bill. We can share it with our viewers now. It reads, quote, "It shall be unlawful for any person in interstate or foreign commerce to use an interactive computer service to knowingly publish an intimate visual depiction of an identifiable individual who is a minor with intent to abuse, humiliate, harass, or degrade the minor, or arouse or gratify the sexual desire of any person." So that gives you a layout, again, of this bill. But essentially what it does in many instances, and perhaps Elliston more specifically in yours, it creates an image of child pornography that's then circulated around. And overall, this is bullying. It's very clear. Elliston, what was your school's reaction? What was the responses from maybe your friends, those who you're closest to?
The school was really to no help. I mean, they gave my situation to our local county sheriff's department, and they weren't even able to do anything because there wasn't really anything implemented to protect the safety of my presence online. And it was really hard to talk to adults and talk to anyone who has authority because there was really no sort of laws implemented. My situation was not considered child pornography, even though it most definitely is. And although a lot of my friends were also targeted, so I was able to have that support, but what I endured was something I would never wish upon anyone, and we urge the House to pass this bill immediately to protect future generations and victims of this AI crime.
Elliston, were you able to get...
Emma, I'll tell you real briefly also, one of the most maddening things about this was the big tech platform refused to cooperate. And so earlier this year, I sat down right here in my office with Elliston and with her mother, and we were talking about what had happened to her. And I asked at the time, I said, so what happened with the images? Where are they now? And they expressed they're still up. It was 9 months after the incident. Elliston's mom had called Snapchat, had emailed them, had repeatedly tried to get them taken down. And Snapchat basically just ignored them, just stiff-armed them. I turned to my staff at the time and I said, I want you to get on the phone today with the CEO of Snapchat. I want those pictures down today. They pulled them down within hours. Now, frankly, it should not take a sitting U.S. senator making a phone call to make that happen. Every victim, Elliston should have had the right as a Texan, as a teenager, as a woman, to say this is garbage and I want it taken down. And what this bill does, the Take It Down Act, it puts a legal obligation on the tech platform to immediately take this garbage down.
That was my following question. So all pictures, Elliston, they have been taken down at this point. Is that right?
Yes, but they were up for 9 months. We had a warrant on Snapchat trying to get a hold of them to take down the accounts and take down these images, but it wasn't until we got in touch with Ted Cruz in his office and they were able to get taken down within an hour. That's
just horrible. It really is. And to the senator's point, you shouldn't have to reach out to a U.S. sitting senator to get something like this done. Nevertheless, here we are, and perhaps you're protecting young girls across this very nation from not, again, suffering the way that you did. That is Texas Senator Ted Cruz and Elliston Berry. Thank you both for sharing that.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.